Welcome, guys. It's been a while since I've gone live, but I promised I would go live for the Virgo new moon. Unfortunately, the Virgo new moon was kind of intense, especially for the mutable placements, so like Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. I am a Sagittarius, and I also have very strong Virgo placements, so I thought it was best to just kind of not go live during the new moon, but really let the new moon settle in for everybody and then go live after the new moon so that I can check in with energy for each zodiac and pretty much determine how you're feeling after the new moon and how you should go into the rest of this Virgo season. I will be posting the full transits for Virgo season, which will include exactly like where the planetary alignments will be, like all the relevant dates that you guys will need to know for the next month or so, because we are coming into a Mercury retrograde in Libra, which I also will be posting about, because as we know, Mercury retrogrades are always pretty intense for most people, especially for communication and love life. So yeah, so what we're going to be doing today is, like I said, we're going to be talking about the new moon. I'm going to be using the Wild Elemental Oracle just to get an idea of what the energy you're feeling post new moon is, and then we're going to be doing some tarot just to get a little bit of a storyline. I noticed that everybody really likes when I pull into like storylines. I feel like it's very helpful, especially when you get these little tidbits that you don't really have to like get so in depth with, but just give you a little bit of insight. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of jump right into it, and I believe I'm gonna start with Virgo because it's Virgo season and everybody knows Virgo is my favorite zodiac. So let me see how I feel about I guess we'll do it like this. Okay, so before I do get into Virgo itself, I do just want to point this out in regard to the new moon. So the new moon was a Virgo new moon, and this is significant because the moon and the sun are aligned during this moon phase. So whenever there's a new moon, the sun and the moon are aligned directly across from each other. And this causes the moon to virtually become impossible to see to the naked eye. So being aligned in the sign of Virgo represents an opportune time to apply wisdom learned at the beginning of the year and begin sharing it with others. The reason for this is because Virgo is represented by the Hermit in Tarot, which embodies solitude, introspection, lessons learned, soul searching. I just had posted this on my stories a couple days ago, so you guys should be a little bit aware of some of these keywords that I'm using. But essentially, the card depicts a person standing alone at the peak of a mountain and holding a lantern in one hand and a staff in the other. I just changed my profile picture to a rendition of the Hermit card. The mountain represents accomplishments, development, and success, and the card refers to the level of spiritual knowledge that this person has attained from climbing this mountain alone, and the commitment to share this knowledge with others, because now that he or she is at the top of the mountain, he or she is now ready to move to the bottom of the mountain and share what they have learned to the masses. So it illustrates an awareness of the path they have chosen to take, understanding that they've chosen to take this path alone, and understanding the responsibility they have to share this information with others. They can't just stay on the mountain and hide. They know that eventually they do have to return back to society. And this embodies Virgo energy very much so, because as everybody knows, well, I'm not going to say everybody, but anybody who's really met a true Virgo knows that Virgos need to have their alone time, but you know they always show up and show out when it's time to. So in regard to the card, the lantern that they hold in their hand, it burns bright, which is a symbol of wisdom and enlightenment, and the staff that they hold depicts their authority and power. Anybody who's also been around a Virgo knows that they are an authoritative figure. They are very powerful, and they are very good at setting boundaries within the workplace, within their romantic lives, and within any personal or business like relationships. It's just very much what they're known for. So that, with that being said, this Hermit energy, that is why now with this Virgo new moon being aligned with the Virgo sun, it's an opportune time to apply the wisdom you learned going to the top of the mountain, because early 2022, and especially this summer, we've had a lot of retrogrades. It's been a very intense year for most of the zodiac, if not all. And it's an opportune time for you to take the wisdom that you learned climbing to the top of the mountain, possibly even staying at the top of the mountain just a little bit longer during Virgo season, but knowing that towards the end of this year, you're going to have to come down from the mountain and you're essentially going to have to share your wisdom with others sooner or later. But unfortunately, this is easier said than done. So with the Virgo season, the opportune thing for you to do, the most ideal thing for you to do, is to pull into Virgo's organization energy. Virgo rules over details, so they're all about details. So this planetary alignment is meant to help you introduce daily habits and lifestyle changes that will assist you in applying the lessons to your own life. And eventually, you'll have the confidence and the energy to go ahead and share that information with others. So that's what the Virgo new moon is all about. That's what Virgo season is all about. This Virgo season, we're going to be experiencing a lot of different intense transits. For example, Venus will enter Virgo on the 5th of September. So we're kind of starting off Virgo season with a lot of different planets either transitioning through Virgo, squaring with Virgo, or sitting and staying in Virgo for quite some time. So we have Venus enter in Virgo on the 5th of September. We have the Mercury retrograde in Libra that starts September 9th. Then we have a full moon in Pisces on September 10th. So September 9th and September 10th are going to be very intense because Virgo and Pisces are on the opposite side of the astrological wheel. They have opposing energies, but they are also super compatible. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship between Pisces and Virgo. So with that being said, it's going to be very intense with Mercury moving into retrograde in Libra, because Mercury is moving from Scorpio into Libra and eventually will actually move one step backwards into Virgo by the end of Virgo season. Then we have Venus squaring Mars, which is September 16th. So Venus will be in Virgo and Mars will be in Gemini, which will cause a lot of conflict and a lot of misunderstandings. It will also cause for a lot of sexual energy to arise, which is common during the Mercury retrograde, but with this transit, it's kind of goes without saying that a lot of people with karmic lovers or karmic past relationships will be intensely, romantically, physically intertwining with their pasts. And then on the 22nd, we have the autumn equinox, which is a big deal as well, up here in the northern hemisphere. That's when autumn will officially begin, summer will end, and that is a big transition in regard to spiritual energy, witchy energy. Anybody who does any type of spell casting or witchy work, I'm using kind of taboo words, but it is what it is. I know you know what I mean. Anybody who's aligned with the planets or with the moon, this is a very big opportunity to set into place some manifestations and affirmations. But it will be very hard to set those in place considering all the other conflicting astrological placements at the time. And then we have the Libra full moon, which will be the 25th of September. And with the Libra full moon and Mercury retrograde transitioning from Libra back into Virgo right around that time, it's going to be a lot of indecisiveness, a lot of confusion. By that time, a lot of people will really want to be hiding out in their rooms. A lot of people will not really want to be showing up for society. It's going to be very, very hard for most people around that time by then to kind of integrate or to kind of feel like they want to show up for anything. So I'm just giving a little bit of a tidbit of what those astrological transitions will look like. But what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be talking about what your time is going to be looking like from now until that Mercury retrograde, so about a week from now. What are you feeling in the next week after this new moon, and what are you going to be feeling going into all of these transits? Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with Virgo, like I said. I hate doing these timestamps, guys. But Virgo, the Virgo in me makes me have to do them because I have to stay organized and I have to make sure that you guys have, it's easily accessible to get to your sign so you guys don't have to keep clicking around. Alright, so what's Virgo feeling after the new moon? Virgo was one of the signs, like I said, that is mutable. So it is, they were affected by the new moon, and by this, they'll be affected by the new moon and by that, this, all those transitions a little bit more than the other 8 signs. But those 4 signs that I mentioned earlier, they will be the most affected, and Virgo is one of them. So let's see what Virgo is feeling. I'm going to pull the card. I'm going to read it intuitively, but I am also going to be reading it directly from the book. I'm not getting a good shuffle on Virgo. I feel like it's because you guys have more than one card. Yeah, you guys do. I'm going to do one more shuffle. I pulled out 2 cards, but yeah, okay. So we have 4 cards here for Virgo. I don't know if it's going to be like this for every single sign, but for Virgo so far, what we have is Tiger, Cougar, Badger, and Giraffe. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to double check when I go into it, but I believe each of these are represented by Earth in the in this deck as well. So with the Tiger and Cougar energy, first and foremost, I'm hearing with the Tiger energy that this is the year of the water tiger in Chinese astrology, Virgo. So I'm hearing that this year is a significant year for you. It's a turnaround year. I would suggest checking into your Chinese zodiac to see exactly what what the tiger means to you, because the tiger meant certain things to each Chinese like horoscope. Like if you check out your Chinese horoscope, if you're a rabbit or a cow or a rooster, the tiger affects you in a different way. So first and foremost, Virgo, I would definitely check out your Chinese astrology, check out your Chinese horoscope. You can check out your yearly horoscope with the Chinese horoscope. But this is the year of the black water tiger. The black water tiger was all about sending information to the masses. So I want to point out that in regard to what I just said in the introduction about how Virgo is the hermit that's at the top of the mountain. So in Chinese mythology, the dragon is in the sky, and the dragon gets messages from the higher realms, God, whatever you want to call it. And he sends those messages to the tiger who stands at the top of the mountain. The tiger then brings those messages from the top of the mountain down to the bottom of the mountain and gives them to the rest of society. Without the collaboration of the dragon and the tiger, there are a lot of messages from God that want to be received here on Earth, according to Chinese mythology. So with that being said, the energy that I'm receiving here is that you feel like this is your year to start digging deeper into some type of spiritual knowledge. It's been a very big year for you to tap into. There could have been some type of tragedy, or even just some type of, like, I'm not going to say tragedy, because tragedy doesn't have to be, pain isn't always a driving factor for some people. Sometimes complacency is a driving factor. Maybe you were just bored in your life, but essentially this new moon coming into your birthday season, you're looking at your next year as something that could be, you're just like, what can I do here on Earth that makes this worth the while? Which is odd for some Virgos, because Virgo really isn't all about spiritual enlightenment. They really aren't. They're about how to make their lives better, technically, but they're not about like, let me make the whole collective better, you know? And a good example of that is might want to check not only your Chinese astrology, because don't get too tapped into what your ego, because the sun sign represents your ego. So don't get too tapped into what your sun sign necessarily means, because when we look at somebody like Beyonce has a Virgo sun, but she actually has very strong Sagittarius placements, which is why she takes giving information to the masses so seriously, because she's all about knowledge and all about spiritual enlightenment due to her Sagittarius placements. So I think now is a time where you could be even looking into astrology, figuring out your other placements, trying to just understand what you're doing here on Earth, what we're all doing here on Earth. So Sagittarian energy could be very significant for you. With the Badger and this number 3 coming here, it could be that this is coming through because you've had a very childlike energy where it's kind of just almost materialistic in the world. Like you're just kind of here enjoying the fruits of your labor, which is like sex, drugs, alcohol, but not in an not over consuming these things, and maybe not even like an addiction issue, but just you enjoy the finer things in life. And yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be drugs, alcohol, etc., etc. I just think that you enjoy the finer things in life, but you're coming to a place where you're kind of like, these things don't satisfy me. So this new moon, your birthday, you're kind of like, I feel like most Virgos, they go up and they go out for their birthdays, but this year it's kind of like, you just want to take it easy. You just want a simple birthday. You want to enjoy the people who are the most meaningful to you. I almost feel like you want like a night inside kind of thing. With the giraffe and the 10 here, it's like you don't want to spend a lot of money because 10 represents money, financial stability. Also taking a lead in your life, like there's something you want to become more responsible for, whether it's a business venture or a romantic venture, and you know that you're going to have to save money for this, so you're kind of like, is it necessary to go so crazy for my birthday, because I want to now think about others. I want to think about how my money can help others, or how it can help me and someone else in a collective kind of energy. So, and then with this cougar, I feel like the cougar is the one I'm supposed to read. So I'm going to read the cougar. That was weird that happened. Wow, opened right up to cougar. Okay, so the cougar is actually in the fire aspect of this book, which I find interesting because so it's 32, so you could be turning 32 this year, which makes sense because I think you just are feeling like you're coming into like more of a wiser age. Like you're not in your 20s anymore. The 24 is here too, which I feel like is also significant. So you could be between the ages of 24 and 32. But I feel like for those who are in the younger aspect of it, I think you're ready to settle down in regard to like business, start a business, etc., etc. Get out of your day-to-day mundane life of like going to a 9-to-5 job, coming back and just like partying on the weekends. For those who are like 32, it's more like you're ready to start settling down, getting married, having kids kind of thing. Okay. So yeah, it says the cougar attributes. The proper use of leadership and power, like I just said, you're now a leader, you want to become a leader, and you want to now balance out your need or your love and your desire for like the finer things, and also responsibility that you're going to now have for others, whether owning a business or like starting a family. Balancing power, intention, strength, and grace, self-confidence, freedom from guilt, sensuality, cunning, and enigma. A solitary cat, when you catch cougar prowling into your life, he is bringing you the message that you have come into your own power. Now is the time to take the lead in a situation. Now is the time to be strong. He is here to let you know that now is the time to leap into all opportunities made available to you. Using the power of intentions, be clear with your purpose and define where you're heading. So yeah, Virgo, it seems like right now you're at a point in your life where you're trying to be very clear about what you want. You're making it clear verbally, you're making it clear. I think right now you're making it more clear subconsciously first. because you're a Virgo. So you're going to keep all this stuff in your mind until you're ready to share it with who it needs to be shared with. But essentially, you're ready to... Yeah, Six of Cups. I'm really sensing for a lot of Virgos here, this is all about a home-based situation. I do think that for my younger Virgos, I really do think that it's in regard to money. But I think that for a majority of the Virgos listening, that it's going to be any Virgo over the age of 30. Yeah, we have King of Swords in reverse. So, which usually is like cold, abrasive. You're not being as emotionally distant. You're ready to be emotionally involved with things, people, places, things. A short journey or movement to water. I think for some, you held off a move for someone or something to get closer to them. And now you're kind of like, you held off a job promotion, you held off a physical move. The Lovers in reverse, it seems like this was in regard to a romantic situation. This could also be that you have someone you call your friend, but you're ready to start using the bigger words, like, you know, commitment level words, boyfriend, girlfriend. But you're just not there 100% yet. So yeah, your cards really for Virgo are coming off as like, or maybe you have girlfriend, boyfriend, but you're ready to move into like wife, husband words. So it could be here that you're just kind of holding off subconsciously because you're not really ready to... I think you're scared of loss most of all with this transition. You're still trying to test the waters on something. I think that's why the Sagittarian energy is coming through so much here, because Sagittarian energy is represented by the Temperance card, and also too with this Cougar coming through being in the fire energy. I think that you're very much so scared of loss or scared of pain. With the Two of Wands in reverse, you're scared of missed opportunities. You're scared of settling down because you don't know what else could come out there for you. It comes to sometimes a point for you, Virgo, where you're kind of like, is this my destiny or do I create my destiny? I'm here to tell you that yes, everybody has fate, but there's free will, and free will has a lot to do with our fate. So I don't think that you should be scared to deter your fate based on your free will, because to be honest, all paths lead to your fate. So it doesn't really matter these micro decisions. You're getting too caught up in the details. All of these micro decisions are kind of irrelevant, because no matter what choice you make, all roads lead to fate. All roads lead to your absolute destiny. You can't, in my opinion, my educated and experienced opinion, you cannot mess with fate. You can't mess with destiny. You can't mess with God. God has a plan for everything. You even think about it. They say you make plans, God laughs. The reason for that is because essentially we want to have free will and we want to take things into our own hands, but at the end of the day, no matter what is meant for you will always come to you. And sometimes you have to take a risk. You kind of have to have that full energy where you're willing to take a risk on something. And even if you take a risk on something and it doesn't necessarily work out, rejection is just redirection. Failure is just a learning lesson. So even if it's not something that's supposed to be your forever thing, it still could have been your thing for now. So just remember that, Virgo. Don't be scared to take risks, especially in love, because the more you hold back on love, the more you're limiting yourself from receiving love. And I think right now you're in a place where you do want to receive true love. You do want to have true connections and intimacy with people, but unfortunately, yeah, look, the sun's at the bottom. Marriage is something really on your mind, Virgo. Marriage and children. You're just kind of scared. I'm going to read the tiger and the giraffe for you, and then I'm going to move on to Libra. So giraffe, sees far into the future, ability to reach things that are unreachable to others, communication, intuition, and ability to remain above chaos. Giraffe points out that deep in your heart, you knew some of this already. Your intuition and foresight, even though you may not be able to explain why, you knew this. You did. Listen to your gut. You are also being asked to search your heart and gut or your discernment to see how things feel to you. If it feels good, move forward. If something feels off, search to see if there is a hidden fear. If there is, look to healing that fear. If not, listen to that small voice telling you to look at another direction. So it's exactly what I just said. I think overall, this thing you're subconsciously sitting on, Virgo, it feels good to you. I just think that fear is really stopping you. That's my interpretation from the cards, but what I will say, if it's not fear, if there's something sincerely off with the situation, listen to your intuition and don't move forward. But essentially, listen to the voice that's telling you if it's right or wrong, and that will be your best bet at making a good decision for yourself, a decision that makes you feel secure. Okay, the badger is really interesting. I wasn't going to read it, but I am going to read it. Storyteller, aggressiveness, single-mindedness, passion, cunning, revenge, perseverance, groundedness, knowledge of the earth, earth magic, and wisdom. One thing I want to point out is all three of these cards talked about cunning. And I think that for you, Virgo, I think you're scared to get played for some reason. I think you think that whoever you're like ready to settle down with, that they're not like faithful. Even like with this business aspect, the people who are considering business, I think that you think that the people that you want to get into business with are not 100% trustworthy. Only you can decide that. I mean, you can always get a longer reading from me and we can dig deeper into specific energy. But that's the only warning I'll heed here for you, is make sure that the person or the people that you want to move forward with, either business or romantically, that they are authentic and that they're true in their feelings. Okay, when Badger shows up in your life, you are being told that you have to own the right to walk your path at your own pace. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be and that all you need to walk this path is being given to you. What did I just say? You're always meant to have what you have. Stay grounded in the present moment and be confident that wherever you are, that is where you are supposed to be. Badgers create many burrows and typically roam from burrow to burrow, never staying at one for very long. What did I just use as like an example of going all these different paths with them all leading to one place? The badger has many burrows, but all of them lead home. Actually, all of them lead up to Earth, technically, right? So the aggressive nature of the badger is giving you the message that you are well within your rights to get upset if someone is trespassing on your goodwill, your kind heart, or your path in life. Okay, I can see that. I think one thing I'm going to point out with this feeling hand, this energy for all these cards, Virgo, is keep in mind, I did just say Mercury retrograde is coming up. So there might be some past lovers coming in to jeopardize what you're moving forward with. And then secondly, what I want to say is it's not an opportunity to sign a contract between September 9th and October 2nd. You should really look into even the shadow of the retrograde, because it's not an opportune time right now. It's not an opportune time right now to ask anybody to marry you, be in a relationship, start a contract. Don't buy a new computer. Don't buy a new car. These are all common things people say not to do during. So the tiger was also fire too. So we have 2 earth energies, 2 fire energies. I really felt a very strong fire aspect here. So, yeah. The tiger is power, energy, strength, and willpower acting in a timely manner. When tiger crawls into your reading, this is a reminder that persistence is what is necessary in order to attain your goals. Be patient. Do not overthink things. This will lead to paralysis. Tap into your determination and will to get there. You will succeed, but only through patience. Alternatively, this big cat may be telling you that careful planning is needed. Even if what you need to do is not at the top of your list of favorite things, keep plugging away and know that you can and will get this done. So success is possible. It's not only possible, it's divinely guided for you right now, Virgo. So I think that you should go into this Mercury retrograde really heeding who's for you and who's against you, and just being kind of like discerning about who you tell certain plans to. But I think post retrograde, post Virgo season, after your birthday, you'll be really able to tap into what you want moving forward. I think that, like, I'm going to say, like, Libra season, you're going to start being more sure, but by Scorpio season, Halloween, Thanksgiving, these are going to be holidays that like, are going to be very significant for you, Virgo. Okay, so let's get into Libra. All right, Libra, how are you feeling post new moon? Okay, so we have the turtle and the salmon, whatever. Turtle, which is number 15, which is the same as devil energy. Then we have the salmon, which is 21. So with the turtle energy, we have 15, which is devil energy, which is like addiction, possessiveness, control. I'm sensing a lot of control happening right now in Libra's life. I'm sensing you're controlling your partner. Sorry guys, my phone was just ringing right when I was saying that, so let's just take that as divine confirmation. I'm just sensing a lot of control. The turtle is also known to go in the water and out of the water. 10 of Wands. You're super burdened by this. You're burdened by something. This new moon was very eye-opening for you. 6 of Swords. In reverse, though. You want to believe that this is going to get better, but you don't really see it getting better. You just see all the death card is coming out. The Ace of Pentacles, which is a new job or a new job offer. I'm sensing that this job offer is going to bring you even further away from this relationship that you're thinking about. The death or situation or endings or new beginnings also is coming through strongly as a birth of some sort. So something will end because something is birthed, or something will be birthed because something has ended. Your birthday is very significant here. It could be the 21st, the 15th, or the 13th of October. But what I'm sensing is that or in that span between 13, I'm going to say actually between 10 and 21, which is kind of a big span, but it's really not because there's still other days in Libra season. But what I'm sensing is that there's a third party situation happening here for sure, because with the 10 of Wands and then the 6 of Swords in reverse and then the death, it's almost like there's a lot of interference happening. The new moon really shed light on that for you. Let me read the turtle. So these are actually both water too, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say, yeah, these are both water coming out. So there's a lot of emotion here. A lot of unchecked emotions. So with the turtle, we have symbol of the earth, connection with the center, navigation skills, patience, self-boundaries, feminine energy, physically protecting oneself, self-reliance, non-violent defense. With the 15 coming through with this devil energy for Libra, I'm sensing that you're not, and it's saying this, connection with the center, navigation skills, self-boundaries. I'm sensing you don't have a lot of boundaries right now. Turtle crawls into your life with the message, slow and steady wins the race. Do not feel that you have to force or push a situation, nor should you take shortcuts or skip steps. Take your time, let everything unfold at the right time, relax, and trust the process. Alternatively, Turtle is telling you that this situation will unfold in a slow and steady manner. Do not rush it, stay grounded, and enjoy the process. I'm hearing your partner say, like, let's just focus on now. Like, let's not worry about the future. And that's worrying you even more because it's making you worry about the future. What's going to be in the future? What does the future hold? What does it mean for you and I? Etc., etc. But this person doesn't have those answers because it seems like this person is dealing with a third party. And those answers are going to depend on the third party. The salmon here, salmon is represented by Leo in the Native American astrology. So you could be dealing with a Leo. Which turtle actually represents the Native is the Native American mythology for Earth, and like in Native American mythology, they believe that the turtle held the Earth on its back. So Native American, indigenous energy coming through strongly here, and then with the salmon, that is Leo energy because Leo is represented by the salmon in Native American astrology. And we have value of returning home, successfully swimming upstream through the emotional. What did I say? Lots of emotions here, Libra. Understanding divine messages, rebirth of spiritual knowledge. So I think that's what the death is really talking about here. And then the Ace of Pentacles. There's something you know in your soul, and this relationship is awakening that for you. This Mercury retrograde in your sign is going to be very, very, very significant for you because Libra is all about ending relationships. It feels like because you're so weighed down with problems, like these problems aren't your problems, Libra. It feels like you're being held down by problems of others. This third party, your lover. I mean, I think you have your own issues. I'm feeling like you want a new job, or you want something more stable, or you want something like a nicer car or a new apartment. Or I feel like you even want your partner to move in with you. But it's just not happening. And I think that this is triggering some past life energy for you. It's triggering a rebirth of a spiritual knowledge that you've had deep within you that you have been ignoring. So when you see the salmon swimming into your life, you are being shown that the struggle you are facing may seem insurmountable. But just know that the most resistance is just before you succeed. Do not give up. Put all your faith, power, and passion and energy into achieving what it is you are working toward. Which I think for you, Libra, is self-love. Don't put loving another above loving yourself. Going against the current while exhausting at times also brings you the experience of a journey that forced you to give it your all and the pride of a huge accomplishment. Let me read that again. Going against the current while exhausting at times also brings you the experience of a journey that forced you to give it your all and the pride of a huge accomplishment. Basically saying, don't people please. Don't go with the current and go with the flow just because this person is asking you to go with the flow. If that's what you want to do, free will is here. Do whatever the hell you want to do. I could care less. But what I'm saying is that if you need to go against the current, go against the grain, you need to rebel against a lover or a friendship, a business partner, in order to have self-respect, like the turtle talks about boundaries, then do that. Because you're going to have a better sense of, you're going to feel more dignified in the end, and you're going to feel like you've accomplished more. A person is not a prize, so you aiming for this relationship to have a specific outcome because you're so set on this love you may feel for somebody, it's not ideal because essentially, like, this person's not a prize. You're the prize to be won at the end of it all, you know? And the more you remember that, or the more you hone in on that self-love energy, the better off you're going to be. Make sure that you are able to detach yourself from emotions that may be weighing you down. Lust is not an emotion. Well, it is an emotion, but that could be weighing you down. Love is not an emotion. Love is a phenomenon. Unconditional love is a phenomenon. And I believe that divine love, it's not just me, I mean, the Greeks would agree with me and many other cultures, but divine love is the top tier form of love. And right now you're being restricted from divine love, from your spiritual ancestors, from enlightenment. You're being restricted from enlightenment because you're very much so inside of this 3D relationship that could possibly be karmic. I'm going to pull one card. Yeah, 5 of Wands. Arguments, battles around you. This is a very karmic relationship. Let me see if I can. Kind of. Whatever. Very karmic relationship. There's going to be constant arguing. It feels like you're pushing through the arguments at times, and it feels like you're having good times, but at the same time, it's kind of like, really not. It's really not like that. You feel weighed down. There's a lot of Wands here, so a lot of fire energy. Then there's Swords here, so you're a Libra. That makes sense. But you could be dealing with a water sign or a fire sign, or a fire sign with water aspects, or a water sign with fire aspects. I would bet that it's a fire sign with strong water aspects, only because there's so much fire energy here. Then it's like this water energy is like a it's like a mist, if that makes sense. So Libra, you're definitely dealing with somebody who has either very strong fire or water aspects. But Libra, my advice or my closing message to you is going to be that you need to put yourself above anything else. You need to put yourself above this other person's needs, or this business, whatever it is. If it's business or relationship, you need to put your needs above everything else. And I would really use Mercury retrograde on the rest of Virgo season, because the Mercury retrograde is pretty much the rest of Virgo. It's not pretty much. It will be all of Virgo season. So Virgo season for you is going to be all about self-love, boundaries, and kind of swimming against people pleasing. Like, do not people please. I'm going to say that's probably the biggest message for Libra, is do not people please. Do what's best for you, regardless of how it makes anybody else feel. Alright, so let's jump into Scorpio. Alright, so Scorpio energy. Scorpio season overall, I just want to point out, guys, is going to be such a relief for everybody, like astrologically. Like, by the time Scorpio season starts, it is going to be like most of the planets will be going back into normal position. They'll start, like, a lot of the retrogrades will be ending. The Saturn retrograde will be ending right when Scorpio season begins. The Mercury retrograde will have been ended, and the shadow period will be completely over by Scorpio season. Scorpio season, as everybody knows, we have Halloween, we have Thanksgiving, we have, like, very family-oriented holidays, and by the time these holidays are coming, like, more positive things are going to be happening for most people. So right now, I'm actually excited to do a Scorpio reading. Usually I'm like, oh, I hate doing Scorpio because it's always so sad. But to be honest, Scorpios, like, by the time your guys' birthday comes, the world will be in such a, like, calmer place that I'm excited to tap into your energy, because it's like, and also Scorpio's like one of the signs right now that is being least affected by, yeah, look, whale just came out. You guys are one of the signs that's being least affected by this whole, all these transits. Like, honestly, Scorpio is known to see so much death, despair. They are constantly worrying. They're constantly just like, if you want to, it's funny too, I said that 13 with the whale, but think about, let me just point this out intuitively about this whale, right? You guys are, like, in a sense, not in a sense, but scientifically speaking, whales are kind of like the biggest predator They are like the most like the only thing that hunts a whale is a human. And even humans can barely hunt blue whales. What is it? What are the huge ones? I think sperm whales. Either way, my point is that whales literally live in this world unbothered. They are like the biggest creature in this universe right now, like in this world, like, you know what I mean? Like, they have barely any predators, nothing hunts them, like, they are sincerely, like, just living the life, just out there, just swimming through the water. And that's essentially how Scorpio energy is, and that's how I'm sensing you guys are after the new moon. Especially, you see this card, which most of the water cards are blue, but this water card is all black, and then it's like blue on the middle. Scorpio, you guys are living it up right now, post new moon, living it up into this retrograde. Essentially, you guys are just like calm and relaxed, because you guys are just kind of like looking at all the other zodiacs like, oh my god, like, and I thought I had problems, but y'all really got problems. Like, and I feel like you guys are just kind of taking it one day at a time. You're just floating through your emotions, floating through life without a care in the world. And you're just kind of in this place where it's like, you're just ready for the next step. Queen of Cups came in reverse, which is soft, gentle, motherly. The Queen of Cups is known to master her emotions. This is in reverse, so I will say that there's a tad bit of energy of feeling like things are going a little bit slower than you would like them to, Scorpio. But still, I feel like that is significant to the whale, because whales move extremely slow. Whales are not fast moving creatures. So I think that you're just kind of slow moving through this post new moon and into this retrograde. You're already aware that it's going to go slow. You're not in a rush to make anything go faster. We have the Nine of Cups here in reverse as well. You're not feeling smug, but the Hierophant is here, so it's kind of like an energy of feeling like I'm gonna say humble, like you're getting this humility towards you. You're learning how to not impart too much knowledge on other people, like you're being a gentle teacher, or you're going to learn to be a gentle teacher through this Mercury retrograde. We have the Ten of Swords here, and then we also have the World. So some of you can be experiencing an end of a relationship, or watching the end of a relationship. Some of you just took a trip or are about to take a trip. Some of you are coming into money. For some of you, that money is delayed right now, like you're waiting on a check that didn't come in when it was supposed to come in. But once again, I don't feel like this is like, I feel like you're worried about it because Scorpios are technically worrywarts, but I don't feel like it's consuming you the way that things would consume you in the past. You're not dealing with things the same way that you usually do, and I think it's almost like you've seen the world set ablaze so many times that you're just kind of like, what can I do about it? I just have to wait. So I'm feeling a lot of patience here for you guys. Let me go ahead and read here. The Whale is Akashic Records, power of voice, psychic and telepathic abilities, all aspects of the sea, and beauty of movement, which is funny because we have a lot of movement here with the World card. Yeah. When Whale swims into your life, you are being reminded that your life is yours to live. You are prompted to follow your heart's song. What makes you unique is a key to what you are here to do. Do not try to make yourself a weak copy of someone else or what others want you to be. Sing your song and sing it proud. Alternatively, you are being reassured that while you cannot know everything, you can be assured that all you have to do is trust and have faith that what your heart desires will come to you in the right time and in the right way. What did I say? Scorpio, you're chilling. I think that for some Scorpios, like I said, it's natural Scorpio energy to worry. But I think essentially that is what's happening here with this Hierophant card. You're growing a sense of faith. You're having a stronger faith that everything will work out, and worrying isn't going to do you any justice. As far as this telepathic energy coming through with the Ten of Swords, like I said, I don't think all of you are experiencing a breakup. I think some of you are witnessing a breakup, and I think some of you are having a telepathic, like, intuition, like almost like a mother's intuition, just a friend. Maybe you're somebody who does cards and stuff, and you see foresight of a friend or a coworker or something. You see something ending, and you know it's going to end. You have this telepathic intuition that something is ending, and you want to impart knowledge. I just got this horrible ringing in my ears. You want to impart this knowledge with this Hierophant card onto somebody, but with this Nine of Cups in reverse, you know that your words aren't going to do much for this. There's a lot of emotion here, and you know that there's nothing you can say right this second that's actually going to help this person through this transition. They need to go through it, and once they go through it, you want to be there on the other side with open arms, like, and it's not even like I told you so, but you just want to be there on the other side with open arms, like, I got you. I got you. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you, etc., etc. So, and if you are being in your Nine of Cups energy where you're kind of like imparting your knowledge too soon on people, heed what I just said and listen very closely. It is not time to impart your knowledge, Scorpio. With this retrograde coming through, other signs will be taking it very hard. It will be very intense for them, and it will be very hard to turn off their emotional fountains. It's going to be a faucet of emotions just pouring out and pouring out and pouring out of people that you know. It is very important not to say things to people like, don't worry, have faith. These are very cliche statements to say to somebody who feels like they're going through a traumatic time, especially somebody who could be going through a death at the end of a relationship, getting fired from work. These are things that you don't want to hear at that moment. And it is okay if somebody is able to bring themselves to that level of faith in moments of tragedy. Beautiful. And it's nice to impart positive words on somebody, but to smugly tell someone that it's not that serious, if they feel like it's serious for them, that kind of can cause drama for you. And that is the only thing I could see, Scorpio, as being an issue during the Mercury retrograde, is that you might impart too much of your opinion on a situation that in the wrong time. And I think that's what the whale was all about, right timing. Okay, and then the Heron. Independence, self-reliance, boundaries, exploration, self-esteem, balance in multiple tasks, and dignity. I want to point out self-reliance and boundaries. You need to allow people to be self-reliant. They can't be reliant on you to teach them this lesson, because then it's a codependency. You don't want a codependent relationship with anybody, a child, a friend, a lover. You want an interdependent relationship. And interdependent relationships rely the most on people growing separately and then growing together. And that's very important to understand, Scorpio. Heron is all about independence. Yeah, independence. Because you want to grow independent from each other, but essentially wrap yourselves around each other when it's time, which is interdependence. In all of its trappings. When Heron arrives with messages, she's letting you know that you got this. In order for you to soar to the heights that you were born to, take care that you also stay grounded. Only then will you be able to reach your potential. Find your boundaries. Do not let others take advantage of you. When you start to wiffle waffle with others, take it as an opportunity to look deep into what about you is unwilling to keep healthy boundaries. Good point. This codependency goes both ways. If you impart too much knowledge and too much help for somebody, that person ends up becoming reliant on you. They have no self-reliancy, they have no independence, and essentially then you're now left with the responsibility of taking care of another person. Romantic, familial, platonic, it doesn't matter. Even in the workplace, right? Do not take too much responsibility of somebody else's emotions or helping somebody through emotions, because when you do, you are basically giving up your power. You're basically saying that now it's your responsibility to help this person through a traumatic time, and it's not. Also remember that everything happens for a reason in the right time, and like we said, so if that means that for you, that means that for other people. You have no idea what lessons other people are supposed to learn by the things that they're going through. So when you take too much of, initiative to help someone, sometimes you're taking away you're disallowing someone to actually be independent and learn the deeper lesson. So Heron brings lessons that can be challenging, but on the other side is a freedom and peace that is priceless. So yeah, it could be challenging to watch somebody go through this. It could be challenging for the person, but at the end of the day, it's meant to be. So I'm going to go ahead and end that here for Scorpio. But essentially my closing advice is that remain humble and understand that everything is always in right timing, that that you can't control anything. I think there's like this quote, control the things that you can and let go of the things that you cannot. Something like that, Scorpio. All right, let's move into Sag. So Sagittarius, how are you feeling post new moon? And I feel like this is yours, but I don't know. How are you feeling post new moon? And how is Virgo season going to be feeling for you, pretty much? Like this Mercury retrograde and... Alright, so Salamander and Koi Fish are coming through. And then the Buffalo Bison. I feel like there's one more for you right here on top. I'm just... The Hawk. Okay, so first and foremost with the Koi Fish, I'm hearing the Cobra too. I'm keeping them. I'm keeping all of them. The only other person I gave this much to was Virgo. With Virgo, we had 4. So with Sag right now, we have 5 of the animal energies. So Sagittarius, first and foremost, what I'm going to say is that the Koi Fish knows when to swim with the tide, and the Koi Fish also knows when to swim against the tide. Look, Temperance right in the middle. That's your card. It's literally represented by Sag energy. Just getting a good shuffle on this tarot because I feel like the tarot is going to be very significant to your storyline, Sag. So the Koi Fish here, the Salamander, Bison, or the Buffalo, Hawk, and the Cobra. 33 is coming through here, very strong master number energy. So you could have a lot of spirit guides assisting you right now in your process. You could be somebody who's, well, if you're Sagittarius, you're most likely in tune with a higher power. Whatever higher power it is that you're in tune with, they are here for you. 9 of Wands on that. There's something that you're not, there's something you're trying to decide right now with this. Yeah, you're trying to manifest something, choose something, but there's some surprises happening. With this 10 of Swords coming through, you could have been shocked at the end of a relationship. The Hierophant upside down, reversed. You're having a hard time accepting a lesson. It seems like, and I've said this in the beginning, with this energy coming through with the Mercury retrograde Virgo season, this is going to be the most hard for Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. Sag, it seems like for you, it's going to be very, very hard for you to learn the lesson that it is that you're supposed to learn. Essentially, you need to make a choice, but before we even get into every single card and I start reading out of the book and whatnot, Sagittarius, I'm going to tell you straight up, now is not the time to make a decision. Now is the time to be observant. You can manifest things, especially financially, I'm going to say tapping into your powers for sake of, and tapping into your spiritual help, your spiritual team to help you with manifesting something financial is probably going to be your best bet right now, because anything romantic, platonic, or familial, anything regarding relationships, whether it's any of those 3, like I just said, romantic, platonic, or familial, so friends, family, or lovers, it's not going to go the way that you want it to. Right now is an opportune time for you to really sit back and let the other person, regardless of what type of relationship it is, play their cards. Let them play out all their cards and hold your Ace of Spades. Like, do not play your Ace of Spades, because if you play your Ace of Spades, come the end of the Mercury retrograde, you're going to be very upset if you realize that this person, like with this element of surprise, this person is going to play a better hand. You're going to have played all your cards and then realize that they have a trick up their sleeve. and that's going to be very hurtful to you. So I think that what you should do is you should hold your best hand till the very, very end. I think that you should play it humble. I think that if you're in separation from someone, it should stay that way. I don't think that you should be reaching out, and the reason for it is because right now with the Nine of Wands, you don't even know what it is you want exactly. I think you want more attention, but you don't want the drama. So it's kind of hard because with the attention is going to come drama. So with that being said, Sag, I think that it's best that you kind of stay distant and stay away, so that way you can really focus on what it is you even want. Right now is an opportune time for you to journal through your desires, work through your emotions. I think there's a lot of anger here. I'm going to read Salamander. Transformation, soul memories, change, comfort in darkness, ability to cloak in the face of adversity. Yeah. Sagittarius, the Temperance card is all about the Wands energy, which is all about facing challenges between the ego and the soul, the subconscious and the conscious, right? So right now you're dealing with some real subconscious emotions, some really subconscious issues that are manifesting into your 3D life. Change is what Salamander brings to your situation, but Salamander is asking you to be proactive with this change. Use your time wisely, reach back into the memory of your earlier times, and pull forth the lessons that were presented back then. Have you learned from them, or are you repeating the same lessons over and over? If so, make conscious changes to move yourself forward and put that lesson to bed once and for all. What did I say here with the Hierophant in reverse, Sagittarius? There's a lesson that you've already learned that you're just refusing to see. At this point, it is time for you to go into pure hermit mode and use this Virgo season to really climb the top of that mountain and have a sense of accomplishment by addressing your own emotions, your subconscious emotions. And then once you've addressed your subconscious emotions of why it is you keep ending up in a situation like this, whether it's with a bad lover, with a financial situation, I'm really sensing a bad romantic situation, I'm not gonna lie, but I am also sensing for some that financially it's just life isn't where you want it to be. And ask yourself how you keep ending up in this position. Have you learned from the lessons from early on? It's something subconscious, deep-rooted, deep-seated inside of you that comes from something that happened to you when you were a child. This is why you cannot move on. This is why with this Mercury retrograde in Libra, you are super intent on getting attention from this person, this place, this thing that will help you feel, I can't even give it a word. It's just you want to feel in general. You don't want to feel alone. You don't want to sit in the dark. You don't want to climb the mountain alone. And it's not that you can't. You know you can. You literally just do not want to. And you're letting your desires overcome your need for soul searching. Search your soul. You will feel so much better. So, koi fish. Prosperity, beauty, harmony, balance between mind and emotion, peace. When you see the koi swimming into your life, expect abundance, not only from money, but also of resources, luck, love, friendship, opportunities, and creativity, which creativity is all about what the magician is about. It's all about being able to create things from scratch. The magician is a master of all four elements on this card. He is using earth energy, fire energy, water energy, and air energy to get his point across. I want to just point out that if you are into altars and whatnot, I'm going to give this from like a spiritual aspect and then like a religious aspect. So spiritual aspect would be having an altar with all four energies on it, a feather for air, my globe filled with, this is a globe filled with water. You can get these at like Big Line, Stop and Shop. Whatever, water, a globe, one of those globes, water, a fountain, water, flowers or leafery for earth, and then fire magic candles for fire, right? If you're somebody who's into just like spiritualism, there's so many different recommendations I can give, but you understand the point. If you're religious, I would say air is all about communication. So verbally praying to your God. Fire, same. They have the religious candles with Jesus and such and such and such. Many different religions use candles. Then we have, for the water, I would say that, you know, having holy water, blessing water before drinking it, those types of things. And then air. Oh, earth would be grounding, going to a holy place, a church, going into a physical sect, a physical place of worship. So either way, though, putting all four of those attributes, those spiritual attributes or religious attributes into your life right now will be very, very, very important, because it will help you manifest whatever it is that you want. This is a time to take advantage of all that you are being offered and have access to. This is an ideal time to work on a transformation you have been dreaming about. Exactly what I was just kind of went off saying. Now is a time to work on a transformation. So use your spiritual team that's coming out to you to work on a transformation that is going to have longevity. A relationship cannot last forever. Bluntly speaking, one of you has to die first. I'm not saying your lover, your friend, or whatever is going to die, but what I'm saying is that relationships are not impermanent. They're not permanent. They are temporary. All relationships are temporary. Even a child and a child-parent relationship is temporary, because a child will transition to an adult and they will soon have their own children. Nothing lasts forever when it comes to relationships. What lasts forever is legacies. What lasts forever is soul redemption. What lasts forever is soul searching. These are types of things that can't be weighed. They're not monetary. Having a purpose in life is something that can end up staying here for lifetimes, decades to come. So that's kind of more where you want to be at, is looking at things that are more spiritually and soulfully grounding versus things that are fleeting. You don't want a fleeting relationship. You don't want to be manifesting a person or a husband or a wife. It's just, I'm not going to say it's a waste of time, but I'm going to say for Sagittarian energy, it's counterproductive. Sagittarian energy is all about philosophy. You guys are all about getting in tune with enlightenment and passing that enlightenment on to the masses. So with that being said, it's kind of like, why would you waste your time like manifesting one person when you're probably most likely on this earth to like help millions of people? Like, why? It's just like silly. The bison is here with feminine courage, abundance, a lot of abundance here, especially with this temperance card. This end of this relationship that you want so badly to like tap into, Sagittarius, is really kind of like, even if you were just fired or something, like this is really just like, they're kind of like, you're fired. Your spirit team is like, you wanted more, so we got you fired so you can go start that business. Or you wanted more, so we got that sucker out of your life so that you can go focus on your purpose. Like, you were being distracted. There's something bigger that's out there for you. You're just not seeing it yet because you're stuck in this 3D realm. Feminine courage, abundance, knowledge, generosity, hospitality, sharing, work, courage, strength, challenge, survival, giving for the greater good. That is all the bison. Which all go into exactly what I just said, Sagittarius. You are here for the greater good. Why would you care about a relationship? Traveling up that mountain is going to be tough. You're going to be alone and you're going to be scared, but it is going to be worth it in the end, because you're going to be able to share your work with other people and you're going to be able to change other people's lives and possibly stop somebody from going through the things that you have gone through. The longer you refuse to see the lesson that you have learned, the longer that you are actually stopping other people from having your beautiful, beautiful advice to stop them from even having to learn the lesson. You can teach somebody a lesson before they've even gone through the pain and tragedy or trauma that you've gone through. The native tribes in the plains of the United States revered the buffalo as sacred. Very true. This animal fed, clothed, and created tools and medicine for the tribe. The people honored the buffalo for its sacrifice for the good of the tribe. Every bit of the animal was used. To waste any part would be an affront to the sacrifice the animal made. I want to point out here that you are the buffalo in this sense. You are wasting your efforts by focusing on a romantic, platonic, or familial relationship. Every single part of you needs to be used for the greater good. You are being shown that abundance is all around you. You will always have everything you need. Keep yourself in the energy of gratitude and honor every aspect of your life. Be grateful for everything you have, and you will stay in the sacred energy of gratitude and abundance. Alternatively, this totem could be reminding you that you need to stay grounded as you work toward greater abundance. Your path toward success is equally as important as the goals that you accomplish. Yeah, it's not just about the outcome, it's about the journey. If you spend the whole journey crying and wishing that you weren't here, who really cares what you succeed in the end, right? So you need to be more grateful and accept the fact that you're probably here for a higher purpose than just like loving one person. Hawk. Clear-sighted, being observant, message from spirit. What did I say? You have a very big spiritual team here right now. Guardianship, recalling past lives, the lesson that you're not learning because this is something that's being repeated from your past life. Illumination, seeing the larger picture. Creativity, truth, experience, wise use of opportunities, and overcoming problems. Hawk is let me point out, overcoming problems and a wise use of opportunities. You've been fired, somebody broke up with you, rejection is redirection. Use the opportunity wisely and overcome the problems, your emotional problems, and actually use the opportunity to do something creative. And you have a team, messages from spirit and guardianship. You have a team with you. And recalling past lives. You've already been through all of this. You actually already know how it's going to end with this clear-sightedness and being observant. You're just refusing to see the larger picture. So Hawk is a message and points to omens. Pay attention. Spirit will be giving you some messages. Ordinary life is never quite that ordinary. Signs and symbols are all around you. Watch, listen, and be still so you can hear what is being said. What is holding you back from soaring to greatest heights? What is holding you back from climbing the mountain? What is holding you back from climbing the mountain? And then we're going to read the Cobra. Soul guide, moving quickly. Memory of the soul world. Transmutation of the soul. Past life memories. And wisdom of the goddess. Cobra poking his head in your life is showing you that soon unexpected opportunities will be showing themselves. You must be prepared to strike quickly. This is all about opportunities and missed opportunities, Sagittarius. Do not pay too much attention to what others will say about this. Hone in on your intuition and move swiftly and decisively. Alternatively, are you stuck in a seemingly impossible to break fixation on something or someone? Delusion. Your third eye must be crazy right now, Sagittarius. Snap out of it. This is preventing you from taking advantage of all the promising opportunities that are around you. You need to see them. All right, Sag. I'm going to pretty much end it there. You need to focus on these lessons that are literally being given to you. They're being hand-fed to you. You're just ignoring them. When you're deep in an emotional, when you have deep emotional, like, whatever. When you have too many emotions going on, it's hard to ground yourself and see the messages coming through. But there's a lot of messages coming through for you, and it's very, very important that you ground yourself and start seeing them, because these messages will help you decipher the lesson. Once you decipher the lesson, you'll start to be able to become more creative about how to teach that lesson to others, which is what this Virgo season is all about if you watch the intro. So Capricorn 114. All right, Capricorn. So how are you guys feeling after the new moon And how is Virgo season going to treat you guys? Alright, so we have the Roadrunner here, 43, 7 energy. The 4 and the 3 is a combination of trying to have more stability, but also having like a childlike nature. You want to enjoy life, but you also need life to be more stable. But it feels like you're doing a lot of running around spiritually. You're looking for something with the 5 of Swords here and the 10 of Pentacles. Signing of a money agreement, money contentment. You're looking for like a check or some type of money to come in for you to feel better. With the losses, all is not lost. You still have... Yeah, you feel like there's something you've lost. You could have lost your mind. I don't know why I'm hearing that so strongly for you, Capricorn. You could have lost your mind, or you feel like you're losing your mind sometimes. You don't feel sane. You don't feel safe. You don't feel secure. You don't feel happy. And you think that this check coming in or accomplishing this goal, a certain goal that will bring money eventually, will make you feel better. But with this Roadrunner energy, it's like you don't really, I don't think you really believe that. I think you're hoping for that, but I don't think you sincerely believe that. Especially with this 5 of Swords here. Things are lost, and you're looking behind you at those things without realizing that you have things right in front of you. The Knight of Cups, just no confidence. You just feel you're lacking faith. You're lacking structure. You desire structure. You desire faith. A change is coming and you can feel it, but you want to believe that it's for the better. Money will come in and that you'll feel all better when this change comes. Which I'm here to tell you that from the cards, money is coming in. There will be a change with money. But it's going to be a hollow victory. When you get the money, you're still going to feel like you're losing your mind. You're still going to feel unsatisfied about something, unfulfilled about something. I'm sensing somebody who has a career, worked very hard for a specific career just to find out that it's just not really what they wanted, and they feel like they wasted a whole bunch of time. Somebody who has a lifestyle, like having kids and just realizing like it's not what you wanted. You'd rather be single and not have children at this age. You wish you would have waited. Or even vice versa too. Not that you wish you would have waited, like you regret your kids, but more like you can't wait for the kids to be older because you feel like you'll have a chance to live out those years that they were younger. Like you missed so much taking care of kids or a family, or so much at a certain job or career. So it's kind of like you just don't have, like you just feel like you just missed so much. You missed so much. And you believe that having more money will give you the freedom to go and get those experiences. But essentially, it's not, because when you get the more money, it's going to come with even more responsibility, which I think is something you know subconsciously. You know that with more money comes more problems. So you kind of don't want the more money because it has more responsibility. It's like two sides of a fucked up coin for you. You want the more money because you want more freedom, but you don't want more money because you don't want more responsibility. Let me read the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner is air energy, so it seems like there's probably a communication issue happening for you, Capricorn. Probably very hard for you to even communicate what you want or what you feel, because you don't know. You don't know. Yeah, this card's all about change. And the 5 of Swords here too. There's 2 swords and then this air card, so that's all about change. The Roadrunner says proper use of speed, understanding rapid change, agility, evading capture through quickness. Just like the cartoon from years ago, which pitted a certain coyote against his nemesis, the Roadrunner bursts into your life to put you on notice that you will need to make some quick decisions in the near future. There are ideas that you have percolated, possibly waiting for the exact right time to implement. Well, that time is here and now. Stop waiting. Trust that you have everything you need to move forward and with your ideas and plans. Muster up all the motivation you need, break it down into small steps, and then go. Alternatively, like our cartoon buddy, this may be a warning that there may be roadblocks ahead, but you know that by being present, aware, and trusting in your capabilities, that you will think on your feet and turn these roadblocks to your advantage. Essentially, what I'm hearing for you guys is post new moon, there's a lot of confusion, but there's an opportunity here, especially with the signing of a money agreement and money contentment. What I'm going to tell you is for the Virgo season, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to plan and plot. Exactly what it says right here. It says, stop waiting, trust that you have everything you need to move forward with your ideas and plans. Muster up all the motivation you need. Break it down into small steps and then go. Use Virgo season to muster up that motivation and then make yourself a to-do list. And by the end of Virgo season, moving into Libra season, when the Mercury retrograde is settled, when it's a more opportune time, when all the planets are going into going forward, they're not all moving backwards, because it's not just Mercury that's retrograde right now. Saturn is retrograde, Uranus is retrograde, and I want to say Neptune, but I'm not sure right this second. It doesn't matter. The point is, now is not an opportune time to sign any contracts, make any money agreements, whatever. This check that you're waiting for, this little bit of money that you're waiting for, you're supposed to save it. You're supposed to save some of it so that you can invest it in a business venture or invest it in like a CD account for the future or something. I'm hearing that very strongly for you, Capricorn. Take some of this money and put it in like a CD account that you cannot touch for like 3 months or something. Then plan for 3 months and then go get that money in 3 months. There's not going to be crazy interest on it because, as we know, it's 2022. So it's not like interest is like what it used to be back in the day. But a CD account disallows you from taking the money out without a penalty. So you have no choice but to save it. You cannot take it out. So yeah, Capricorn, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I think for Virgo season for you, it's really all about planning, plotting, getting this idea, this creative idea out into the world with confidence. 3 of Pentacles came up too, so I'm sensing you guys just need more faith, like I said earlier. You guys just really need to kind of come into this place where you're much more confident with your plans and your ideas. You did something, you put all that energy into something, like why give it up now? Now is the best time for you to go ahead and invest all your eggs in this basket, because essentially investing all your eggs in this basket will give you crazy abundance and rewards. You need to stop worrying about how you feel and what's going to make you happy, and just do what you're being divinely guided to do. Because essentially contentment and happiness, these are emotions are fleeting. You're going to feel happy sometimes you're going to feel overwhelmed, sometimes you're going to feel stressed, sometimes you're going to feel sad. Nobody has a perfectly happy life. So you need to get this idea out of your system that life can be perfect. I think that's what it is. You're striving for some level of perfection and it doesn't exist. Which is very Virgo energy too, in the sense, it's all earth signs have this issue. All earth signs have an issue where they strive for perfection, especially Virgo though. So with the Capricorn energy, your Capricorn placement, it's being super enhanced by this Virgo energy of wanting to be perfect. And it's not a thing right now. So I would really give up that idealism. And with that, you'll kind of find a level of contentment, a level of satisfaction, a level of fulfillment. Stop aiming for perfection and start aiming for fulfillment. Things may not make you exactly happy all the time, which is weird. If something did make you happy all the time, I would say you wouldn't be human. But it will make you feel fulfilled at the end of each night. You'll be able to go to sleep much lighter. And when we go to sleep lighter, we're able to ascend to a higher place we're able to ascend to a place of spiritual fulfillment, spiritual satisfaction, spiritual enlightenment. Things will become much more clear. You won't feel so heavy and burdened by unnecessary emotions like shame and guilt that we get when we don't accomplish unrealistic goals. So stop setting unrealistic goals for yourself. Make a list of goals that is realistic and plausible. All right, Aquarius. All right, let's see what's going on for Aquarius. I feel resistant from Aquarius energy. I feel like there's something you have to do that you don't want to do. The frog is coming through here, and the salmon, dolphin. Frog, salmon, and dolphin. So there's a lot of water energy here. A lot of repressed emotion, a lot of there's just something you don't want to do. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Pentacles. Damn. 2 of Swords. Damn. Twos. Decisions. Going in between a choice. You have a choice to make. Resistance on that choice. Justice and Temperance in reverse. There's something that's out of your hands. It's not even like your like you could make a choice, but your choice will affect the balance, so you can't really make a choice. I don't know if this is making sense, but you could do your best to influence a decision that is being made on your behalf. So with the Justice card, it's like a legal issue or a legal situation, or something that's like authority makes the choice. You don't make the choice. Someone above you has to make the final decision, but there are things you can do that will influence that choice. This has to do with your money. It also has to do with your mental stability or your spirituality. 6 of Cups, happy home. In reverse though. Your home, you don't feel at home. You need a vacation. 4 of Cups in reverse. You're getting the outcome is not looking like it's going to be in your favor. The Tower card just came through. Things are happening so fast. You don't feel like you have much control over it. You want to put your say into this, but you know ultimately it's up to someone else as far as how the next phase of your life goes. So Virgo season is feeling very, especially with the 16 coming through. You guys are going to see on the chart that I put up, but Venus will be square with Mars on the 16th. So it feels like on the 16th, you're going to be feeling very overwhelmed with like anger or passion. You're not going to be happy about something. You're going to speak up more than probably you've ever spoken up. The 19, we have the frog here. Singer of songs, transformation, cleansing, understanding emotions, rebirth. I want to point out here, Aquarius, it feels like you're really going through a mental, not breakdown yet, but you feel on the verge of a mental breakdown. You need a vacation. If you're not already on vacation. When frog hops into your life, you are being nudged to actively look for opportunities for transitions. Aquarius, I'm sensing that this is money related in the sense that you don't want to go back to work or something. You need a vacation from work. You have something that you want to do that makes you happy, but it doesn't make you as much money. You may be facing some of life's tough challenges, and frog messages and lessons will help you swim through these changes with grace and ease. The awakening that accompanies these changes will be greater abundance in your life. Alternatively, frog medicine is also symbolic of coming into your power. This is done by purifying the soul, releasing emotional baggage, and coming from a place of personal integrity. Frog is telling you to make all your choices based on what is best for you. Yeah, I said from the beginning, there's a lot of emotions happening here. You're a lot in your head, which is why you need the vacation, because you need to get out of your head and just enjoy the present moment. Enjoy a swim in a lake, a swim in a pool. You need to enjoy relaxing. If all of this is going to come to an end, I feel like it's almost like, you know, after like at the end of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where they have to leave because they end it all off like acting like they're moving or whatever, and Will just stays in the house for a second and just absorbs it all and just looks at it all. That's where you need to be, Aquarius. Like, you just need to look at it all and just take it all in. Especially with this happy home, like literally I'm sensing your house, like just looking at your house and just taking it all in. I don't know why that's very important to tell you guys. Alright, the dolphin. Importance of play. Yeah, you guys need to play. Vacation. What did I say? Change, wisdom, balance, harmony, communication skills, freedom. What did I say? There's a freedom you guys need. Trust. Dolphin shows up to remind you to get out with your friends and family and play. Take a break from being an adult with all of its inherent responsibilities and seriousness. Just play. This will bring the emotions of joy, fun, happiness, movement, and freedom into your life. Playing will add a new dimension to your relationships. You are being led to get more in touch with the childlike, playful side of yourself. This is the side where dreams are created. This is the side where we can tap into our truly creative side, right? There's something inside you that wants to create, and it wants to be whimsical and fun, but you can't because you're being held down by these responsibilities of work and just like all these other things. So just kind of like, Aquarius, get to this place where you can enjoy even a second, even if it's a staycation somewhere. Value of returning home. Yeah, the salmon. Successfully swimming upstream through the emotional, understanding divine messages, rebirth of spiritual knowledge. Value of returning home. I feel like you need to go on a vacation and then come back and look at everything in your possession with a new perspective. When you see salmon swimming into your life, you are being shown that the struggle you are facing may seem insurmountable, but just know that the most resistance is just before you succeed. So the tower collapses and then it's built up again. Beautiful, strong, anew. After the tower comes the star card. So after the tower is great abundance. Great abundance. I'll just leave it there. Do not give up. Put all your faith, power, passion, and energy into achieving what it is you are working toward. Going against the current while exhausting at times also brings you the experience of a journey that forced you to give it your all and pride of a huge accomplishment. Make sure that you are able to detach yourself from the emotions that may be weighing you down. Don't make a decision based on emotion, but if you're ready to leave your job, if you're ready to sell your house, if you're ready to go on this vacation, regardless if you get the PTO time, make sure you're making a calculated decision that is best for your soul. Once you're in a strong stance that what you're doing is best for you and your soul, go for it, full speed ahead. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Don't let anybody guilt you. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're not being responsible. Especially with Aquarian energy, you guys are always responsible. So to take one time in your life to just not care about what responsibility means and to just think about yourself and what it means for the longevity of your soul, now is that time. What I would say is that, unfortunately for you, Aquarius, you're going to have to make this decision through the Mercury retrograde. You're going to have to make this decision through the Virgo season. That's one thing I could see for certain. Whereas a lot of others, their biggest message is to wait. It's to not make big decisions. During Mercury retrograde, we're not supposed to buy things. We're not supposed to sign contracts. But during Mercury retrograde is usually a normal time for people to leave their jobs. It's a normal time for people to go escape into their dreams and their child, like, because it's all about, retrograde is all about past, right? So kind of tapping into your past dreams and your past desires and bringing them into fruition. Now, if you do this with a certain stamina and a certain dedication and a certain commitment and with a very, very, very thought out plan, which with Aquarius it would be, then you kind of have luck on your side. Mercury retrograde, a lot of people think you can't manifest financially, but it actually is an opportune time to manifest financially. It's not a good time to plant seeds, technically, but it's like, it is a good time to like really manifest in terms of like starting to visualize what a future looks like for you. All right, I'm going to move into Pisces. All right, so I already had the Wolf Fallout, which is the first card. So there's a lot of leadership energy here. At the bottom of this card, we have Three of Cups. And we have the Devil. We also have the Lovers. Okay, so definitely going to have communication from a past lover. Oh my God. Guys. I'm telling you right now. Something just came and choked me. The Devil card just came out here. I'm telling you guys right now. Ooh. Listen, I'm going to say this so cautiously, but I really don't care because I'm not like one of those readers who like gives warnings too much, but like, don't fall for it. They're going to have you choked up. They're going to have you like, they're going to have you in a space of just pure. They're very manipulative, whoever this person is. Pisces. You guys, this is the first spread. Usually this is how I feel when Scorpio comes out, so I'm telling you right now, Pisces, I'm not staying long here. I don't like any of the energy coming through for your cards. The Wolf felt very good. Like, your energy post-new moon felt like Wolf looking at the moon, howling at the full moon. Like, oh, but now I'm getting like this lone wolf feeling, looking for a pack. Oh, there's too much happening here. I'm going to read this more intuitively before I read from there. There's a celebration happening during this Virgo season for you. And this celebration is going to be greatly impacted by a past lover or a friend. Somebody's going to intervene. I'm sensing a friend for some reason. I don't know why, but the 15th, jealousy, trouble. I feel like with this wolf energy, you're going to have the ability to work through this devil energy. But I do think that this devil energy is going to cause, like, minor impediments. Your keys are going to be lost, running late for things. You're going to have a lot of internet issues during this Mercury retrograde, a lot of computer issues. I would back up your hard drive or something, like. You may not have direct contact with this person, but because this person will be thinking of you so intently, it's going to cause for there to be a lot of yeah, just a lot of issues in your life. I don't like this, Pisces. You're going to be going through it. Like I said in the beginning, Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Virgo are going to be the ones most affected by this retrograde and by this Virgo season. And I'm telling you right now, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Like, Sag was affected, but Sag was more of like, so I've done Sag and Virgo so far. We haven't done Gemini yet. But with Sag and Virgo, it was more of internal issues. Your issues are going to be external because I feel internally you actually have a good mindset right now, Pisces. I just think that this is going to be a test. You're going to be very tested throughout this retrograde. I'm going to read the Wolf. Wolf is an Earth card. Facing the end of a cycle with dignity and courage, death and rebirth, spirit teaching, guidance in dreams and meditations, instinct linked with intelligence, social and familial values, outwitting your enemies, and protection of self and family. First, I'm going to say that's where they're going to be attacking you in your dreams. Second, I'm going to say you're going to outwit them for sure. And I'm going to say the way that you're going to do that is by protecting yourself, either by taking this message in, like, seriously, or you'll just intuitively know that you need to up your protection during the retrograde. When Wolf appears, he is reminding you that you have a wild spirit, even though you wear a cloak of civility. Though the wolf is a social creature, I think that's why I was feeling like the pack thing. It's about to say that. The pack, but I also felt like this lone wolf energy. Like, yeah, you ride with a pack, but it's like you're so, like, you wear this mask of like, I'm social and I'm fun and I have friends and I have whatever, my face is out there, but it's like essentially you have this level of aloneness, this level of independence within you. Your wild spirit deep inside. You want to run away from the pack, but you don't because, you know, the pack is safe. The wolf is a social creature living within a pack that has a definite social hierarchy. There's always a balance between the members. The wolf is bringing you the message to find balance between your own needs and your pack's needs and the needs of your community. Also pay attention to your dreams. Your higher self is trying to get your attention. And that's where I think that you're going to be attacked the most, is because during this Mercury retrograde, you'll be getting a lot of downloads about how to move into the future with assurity and confidence. And you're going to get to a place where you're going to try to bring your subconscious into the conscious realm. And you're going to get a lot of downloads on how to do that, right? How to make all of your wildest dreams come true. But you're going to be getting interference in the dream world. Someone's going to be dream walking into your dreams and stopping you, interfering, meddling with your ability to decipher the dreams and to decipher what's actually, like, you're somebody who has clairvoyance. Like, you see the future. Everybody has different clairs, but you're somebody who can see the future. And so when you see the future, you're going to be getting, like, it's like Charmed. They say, like, there's some messages we get that, and there were some premonitions that Phoebe would get that she was just supposed to get as lessons. And then there's some premonitions she would get that she could change. Don't get confused about the ones that are coming through as lessons and the ones that you're actually meant to change. Some of them you're meant to change, you're meant to, like, act out, you're meant to, like, you know, and then some of them are just kind of like warnings or like facades, like warnings. The ones that you're able to, like, change, I think honestly too, I'm not gonna lie, it's not just like that with just like Phoebe, those two. Phoebe would go through these moments where she would have this intuition, like, she would believe something's going to happen, but it would really just be fear. I'm hearing fear-based premonitions. So yeah, I would honestly be very careful. I would put some protection in regard to where you sleep, under your pillow, different types of things like that. Candle magic, fire magic, to keep a light in there as you're sleeping, so there can't be any interference from any dark entities or anything like that, Pisces. That would be my main focus, is sleeping with a candle for sure. Alright, I'm going to close that off there, because I'm not going to lie, Pisces, I wasn't feeling that. And it's been almost 2 hours, so I'm going to move to Aries. All right, Aries. What are you feeling post new moon? All right, we have the fox and we have the stag. So, off rip, I'm feeling that you are feeling the fox is very clever, so I'm feeling like 9 of Cups energy. You feel very pleased with something that you've done. Almost smug about it. Like you're succeeding in something and you feel very good about this. But I also feel like you're deceiving yourself or others in the sense that you feel this smugness, but at the same time, you actually know there's a lot of changes that need to come. Your emotions are up and down. One second you feel happy, fulfilled, satisfied. The next second you feel, the next second you feel confused. We have 9 of Wands here, undecided. You need to take a step out of the situation and you'll see more clearly. We also have death, the end of a situation or a relationship. You could be reminiscent about the death of a loved one, or you could just be anticipating the end of a situation, losing a job, quitting a job, ending a relationship. You're undecided though. You don't know what to do. With the 5 here, the stag, you feel like you have a lot of power and you have the powers within you to make this choice. But with the 3, with the fox here, 39, and then we have 3 and 9 here, 3 of Wands and 9 of Wands. You're kind of in this place where you're just kind of trying to be observant and observe everything before you make this choice. I don't think you feel powerless in your decision, Aries, but I think that overall how you feel is that I think, Aries, how you feel overall is just I know this is a weird feeling to say, but Aries, I feel like you feel bored. I don't feel like anything is challenging you enough, whether it's your career, your love life, whatever. I just don't feel like you feel like the fox is a very clever animal, and he enjoys cunning and being wise and funny, and I don't feel like you get that type of fulfillment from your life right now. I feel like you are the life of the party, but you're sick of being the life of the party. You want other people to bring some type of satisfaction or fulfillment to you as well. Like with this moon here, like deceptions or delays, like you're deceiving yourself emotionally and others because you're like almost pretending that you're happy and that everything's okay, but it's really not. You're very much in this level with this 3 of Wands energy here, which, by the way, lots of, with the 3 and the 9 and the 3 and the 9 on the fox, like this is all fire energy. So you're very much torn between your subconscious and conscious, which is what the Wands journey is all about, the soul and the ego, which is a natural thing for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're very torn between what is for you spiritually and what is for you like in the 3D world. You don't feel like what you need spiritually, like your soul needs, is manifesting in the 3D world. For whatever reason, you feel like you fucked up with your manifestations. You work so hard to keep yourself entertained. Let me read the stag and the fox. So with the stag, we have gentleness, ability to move through life with grace, innocence, sensitivity, intuition, and ability to change directions quickly. The stag shows up in your life when you need to quiet the inner critic and be gentle with yourself. Give to yourself the understanding and kindness that you don't receive from others. None of us are perfect. We are all on this road to learn and grow. Growth does not happen without walking a challenging path. And with that comes making mistakes. If you are not making mistakes, you are not growing. When it comes to your relationships with others, know that you cannot force change on anyone. All you can do is gently show them the new path by walking it yourself. You're ready to walk in a new path, and you're praying that these people follow you because like you're comfortable with these people, but essentially you're not really. I think it would hurt you though if you had to leave people behind, which is what I think you fear, which is why you don't make the choice. But I think you know what the choice is. I think you know you need to leave some people behind for sake of fulfilling your soul. The fox is shape-shifting, cleverness, observational skills. What did I say? You're all in the state of observing. Cunning, stealth, camouflage, wearing a mask, because like I said, you're bored. Feminine courage, invisibility, ability to observe unseen. Persistence, gentleness, swiftness. When fox bounds into your life, she is showing you that you have the ability to solve any problem. Use all of your skills to find the answer. She can lead you to a new way of seeing a solution. Have patience and do not rush the answer, but stay quiet until you are sure you can solve the problem. Gather all the information you need. You will see the issue for what it really is, to see behind the masks and illusions. Yeah, Aries. I think that goes without saying here. I think you need to pull into both the fox and the stag's energy in the sense of be gentle. I think that you, there's that saying, I'm cruel to be kind. I think you should avoid that. If there's something that you're feeling, you need to find a way to lay this on gently to the opposite party. Whether it's quitting your job or breaking up with someone, you need to do it gently. You need to treat others like you would like to be treated. In the sense of finding fulfillment, I think that it's time for you to look outside the box, and it's time for you to take a step. Like the answer that you need is so much deeper than just go or stay. You need a plan for after you go, a plan for if you decide to stay. So with that being said, Virgo season for you is going to be all about making that plan. It's going to be all about paying attention to the details, making a plan, and going very deep into what exactly, look, new beginnings, new ideas, birth. You have a dream for yourself, and you want to invest time into it. So just figure out, what is life going to look like after you walk away from this situation? Is it ideal? Can you implement some of the changes you need to change with this person or with this job? Can you? I don't know. That's up to you to find out, Aries. But that's what Virgo season and the Mercury retrograde is going to be all about. Not an ideal time to sign any contracts. Not an ideal time to start anything you can manifest and you can visualize. But it's not a good time to buy any cars, get an apartment. It's not an ideal time to do any of that. So what I would say is that you should really focus on what's going to happen after Virgo season. So check out my chart that I'm going to post as soon as I'm done doing this live. All right, let's jump into Taurus. Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Pretty much 4 more. I always hate when they take longer than I wanted them to. And my voice is starting to go, and I'm starting to get hungry. Alright, Taurus, we have the salamander here, which I pulled for another Zodiac. And then we have the flamingo. We got a pull. All right, Taurus, 100% what I'm seeing is that yeah, I was going to say you feel low to the ground. You don't feel fool energies coming through. You feel like a fool. Nine of Swords and the World in reverse. You had the whole world in your hands, and it went in a way different direction than you thought it was gonna go. You're not getting the outcome that you thought you would from a situation, romantic, financial, doesn't really matter. But you sleep a lot. You sleep a lot, or you want to sleep a lot. You're in bed sit. You're sick. You have a throat chakra issue. You feel bound and gagged. Nothing you're saying is making sense. There's a lot of swords here, so a lot of communication issues, and you're going to continue into these issues during the retrograde. You need to take a giant leap forward, a leap of faith. You need to walk away from the situation, but you refuse to. You don't have the money, and you don't have the resources you need to really leave. Yeah, you want to like take a trip somewhere. You want to go to a different state, or you're considering going to a different state, but it's not ideal because even if you go to the different state, you're not going to have the resources to take care of yourself when you're there. You'll have some resources, but not what you want. Yeah, so it's really about a leap of faith and trying to step through this door. What the Virgo season is going to bring you, and this post-new moon energy is bringing you essentially, is just kind of like, it's time to start getting the motivation to say what you mean and mean what you say. Right now, you keep making false threats that you're going to leave, or not false threats because it's not really a threat to anybody, but it's just like you keep saying out loud, like, I'm out of here, but you're not really going anywhere. So you need to be quiet about that a little bit more and just kind of actually feel the energy. Transformation, soul memories, change, comfort in darkness, the ability to cloak in the face of adversity. That's the salamander. Change is what salamander brings to your situation. But salamander is asking you to be proactive participant with this change. Yeah, you need to stop saying you want change and bring about change. Use your time wisely. Reach back into the memory of your earliest times. There's a lesson from your childhood or from your past life that you feel super connected, or that this situation is actually like more comfortable than it should be. Pull forth the lessons that were presented back then. Have you learned from them, or are you repeating the same lessons over and over? If so, make conscious changes to move yourself forward and put that lesson to bed once and for all. So yeah, I actually pulled this for Sagittarius. So you could have strong Sagittarius placements as well. And then we have Flamingo. Ability to filter soul lessons from emotional waters. Understanding the language of color. Ability to maintain soul purpose in group living. Yeah, I feel like you live someplace that has a lot of people in it, like a home with a lot of people, and you want to get out of this home, or you work at a place that has like a lot of employees and nobody's really seen for their achievements, like their individual achievements. It's just all about the like community goal, the goal of the whole place. Understanding how to maintain balance. The Temperance card has a flamingo on it in my animal deck, and I think it's very significant because that's also Sagittarian energy. So strong Sagittarian placements coming through here. Flamingo makes an appearance in your life when you need to hear that no matter what is going on in your life, even if it's a drama-filled situation, there is always a takeaway lesson. Flamingo is here to show you that nothing happens that is not supposed to. Finding the lesson is critical to be able to stay away from the lower vibration emotions that you are experiencing. Yeah, this 9 of Swords and this 8 of Swords, you're extremely low. Like I said, you're low to the ground. You need to higher your vibration. So, okay, well, this says, take out a piece of paper and list possible lessons. You may not be in a place to see them right now, so use your imagination. Stuck in traffic and going to be late? Perhaps if you were on time, you would have been in an accident. Once you start training yourself to look at situations this way, life becomes much less frustrating. So you could feel like you were in a daunting relationship or an unfulfilling job, but there could have been a bigger reason. Like, what if you being in this relationship or job has given you time to work on your emotions, see your soul from a different perspective, see yourself from a different perspective? What if you have been ignoring deep things inside of yourself, and this job helped bring out your self-confidence and your self-love? What if without this job or without this bad relationship, you would have never been able to love yourself at the capacity that you're able to love yourself after you actually leave the position or leave this person? So that's like a positive. That's a lesson you could have been learning that you just don't realize yet, Taurus. But I think that overall for you, it's going to be about finding that lesson during this Mercury retrograde. Alright, so Gemini, we're going to go into now. Alright, Gemini, you are one of the ones who is going to be feeling the Mercury retrograde kind of intensely, this Virgo season intensely. It's going to be felt by the mutable signs the most, with all the strong Virgo aspects. Virgo will go square with Mars on the 16th of September, which will be a very intense time for you. 16 is represented by the Tower, so there will be a lot of aggression, a lot of just fast things happening very fast and kind of out of your control. 10 of Wands, yeah, you're going to be feeling a lot of burdens. At the bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Pentacles. You're going to desire peace of mind and contentment, but you're not going to have anywhere to turn to get that. What I'll say straight up is, it looks, animals and nature for you are going to be very significant. Spending time in nature, spending time with a pet, getting a new pet. I would advise not to sign any contracts. Like, if a pet is, well, yeah, I really want to advise you to get a new pet during this retrograde, but I would advise you to start thinking about getting a pet. I don't know why that's significant for you guys, but it is significant for you guys. So, the snake came through. We have a bird here. It could be a snake or a bird that you really want. Page of Pentacles, going back to school, considering going to school. 2 of Wands, short journey, taking a vacation. I would advise, if you want to take a vacation, but I'm telling you right now, if you take a vacation, Gemini, plan it. I hope it was already planned, because it's not a good time to buy an airplane ticket. It's not a good time to sign a contract with like a hotel or anything like that. So with that being said, we have the snake here. So I think, you know, snakes have bad connotations, but they're actually a very powerful animal guide. They represent elusiveness, transmutation, exploration of the mysteries of life, elemental energy, goddess energy, psychic energy, creative power, and immortality. Snake slithering across your path is letting you know that transformation is now in progress. In other words, you will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. There is no need to fear the changes that are happening. This is on your path, and Snake is asking you to have clear in your mind and heart and your intention for this transformation. So yeah, I think that you're going to be feeling a lot of burden and desiring peace and contentment, but if you can just like make it through the Mercury retrograde, Gemini, on the other side is going to be a lot of peace, contentment. I keep explaining that for everybody. Scorpio season is going to be a lighter, better season for everybody all around. So honestly, going into the holiday season, you're going to feel much lighter. You're going to feel much happier. Stay low to the ground in the sense of like, stay grounded, let the old skin shed, do the whole hermit thing that I talked about in the beginning. Climb to the top of the mountain alone, slither up to the top of the mountain alone. Have this soul searching moment. Be focused on yourself. The 9 energy is very strong here because there's a lot of completion happening in your life. You could be having some financial worries, but those financial worries are they're really soon gonna be like there's a lesson here for you, and it's important that you take the time to try to figure out the lesson versus trying to control everything in your life right now, Gemini. So that's gonna be like my final thing for you guys is during this retrograde, during this Virgo season, it's important that you release all control and just let it all flow. And on the other side, you're going to come out 10 times stronger. I think you just need to focus on self-care and self-love in your daily tasks. And with that will come the passing of time. Time will probably move slowly, but at the end of the day, it still has to move. It can't freeze in place, you know? So just remember that and just kind of hone in on that energy and just accept that changes are coming, and the changes are coming for better. There's nothing that you need to do right this second. The changes have already been put in place for you, and the astrological positions are in favor of those changes coming, and like I said, those changes coming for the better. All right, so Cancer. We're going to jump into Cancer, and then all I have is Leo. All right, Cancer, let's see what the new moon energy has brought you, how you're feeling. One more good shuffle because we've pretty much been through every one so far. We only have 2 left, so I just want to make sure you guys are getting a card that's really meant for you. All right, Praying Mantis 41. Praying Mantises are good luck. I already did a good shuffle on the tarot, but I'm going to shuffle one more time. So a lot of prosperity or desire for prosperity is coming through with this Praying Mantis. Then we have the Hermit. 6 of Cups and the 6 of Wands in reverse. So there's some information you're waiting on. A letter for employment or a check. Ooh, for some of you, you're waiting on correspondence from a past lover. I'm hearing the father of a child for some. This person could be, this is random, this is very specific for some, but this person could be incarcerated. So you could be waiting for this person to reach out, but that was very, very specific and very random. But either way, I'm sensing that there's something, but this is slow moving. If it's not a letter or correspondence from a person or anything like that, or a job or anything, the other thing coming through with the 6 of Wands pretty strongly is that you're waiting for a certificate or a degree. You're waiting for, especially with this Hermit coming through, you might have done a lot of soul searching. Maybe you have to finish out a course or something, or you just finished a course. You need the actual certificate, or just not the Queen of Wands here. So yeah, a combination of the subconscious and conscious. So something that has happened subconsciously, something that has happened internally, you're waiting for it to manifest into the physical realm. So that could even literally be like like how I'm pregnant, right? So I have the baby building inside me and I'm waiting for it to come out into the conscious world. But it's like this subconscious thing where it's like, I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant. It's like that kind of thing, but it's like also like with learning. Because like the Hermit is all about soul searching. It's all about time alone. It's all about studying. So it's kind of like you could have been studying something subconsciously, studying something, earning a degree or certificate in something, but now you're waiting for that information to manifest into a career or a job. Yeah, relationship wise, I'm hearing kind of like you've visualized this, you've manifested this subconsciously, you feel like you're connected with like this twin flame soulmate energy, and basically you're waiting for that contact in this physical realm to bring this into life. Those are like the best examples I can give, but I know I'm pretty spot on with those right now. I'm gonna pull one more off the top. Like both of these. Yeah, Three of Swords is coming through, and then the raise in a money or salary. Like this, but it's in reverse because it's you. For some, this is very based in, like I said, studying, learning something, a career, degree, or certificate. So now you're waiting for you to get this money that will come from it. The Three of Swords is here because you feel like, for some, with the money thing, you're like frustrated. Was this all worth it? Mercury retrograde is going to be kind of harsh for you guys because it's going to move intense. It's going to move so slow that you just feel like life is at a standstill. You feel lonely. You feel unattached from the world, which is weird because if it is like a pregnancy or a love or like this career, you wanted to feel more connected with community, society, this new baby, this lover, but you actually don't. You don't feel that way right now. Not right this second. You're waiting for that feeling to come. What I will say is that it is here with the Six of Cups, the happy home, and the childhood memories. I feel like there's something from your childhood, though, that's holding you back subconsciously from truly accepting an opportunity that's going to come to you. Like, there's already an opportunity that has been presented in a way, or there's a risk you can take, but you're like, I don't know. I want to wait for it to come to me. I've already done all this work. Why should I have to go the extra mile? But you should. Well, I'm not going to say you should. It's not really my business. You have the free will to move closer to this. I actually want to say that with the Hermit card here, you're actually recommended to spend a lot of time alone and to think about this more, pray and meditate on this. Yeah, look at this. The praying mantis is ability to manipulate time, power to move between moments, understanding the circular nature of time. What did I say? A lot of this is about time for you guys. Power of stillness, female warrior energy, and an attack strategy. Usually the praying mantis makes an appearance when we've flooded our lives with so much business, activity, or chaos that we can no longer hear the still, small voice within us. Take a step back, and some simple meditation would be in order here. I just said prayer and meditation. Because the external din we've created needs to be quieted so that we can come back to our own truth. She will always come back to us when we need peace, quiet, and calm in our lives. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of you're in this Virgo energy where you want to do. I got to do this and I got to do this because Virgo's all about details, planning, organization. So you're kind of in this place where you want to manifest. I have to clean out this closet because if I clean out this closet, then I can make room for new things. That's like a perfect example, but it's like you're constantly unloading stuff and getting rid of stuff and bringing about this like chaos in your life because you want to make room for new things to come in. Although I'm down with that concept, right now is a time to just like leave everything as is. Like, don't do spring cleaning until spring cleaning comes, or autumn cleaning, fall cleaning. fall cleaning will come around the autumn equinox, which is September 22nd, which will be more towards the end of the retrograde. I think that that is a time where you want to focus more on like what seeds you want to manifest and what you're going to try to bring into your conscious life. But right now, it's actually about sitting still and absorbing all the downloads, because you could clean out that closet, but what if you get rid of something that you're going to need in 6 months, but you don't have that foresight yet because you're you're making fear-based decisions, not love-based decisions. There's things around you that you can use as resources that you're not seeing just yet. Like you might have, I don't know, I could think of a million examples, but yeah. You stop smoking, so you want to get rid of an ashtray. But, and I'm using this example because that almost happened to me when I stopped smoking. I was like, I need to get rid of all my ashtrays, but then I cleansed all my ashtrays and I refurbished them, and now I use them for my sage. I didn't need to get rid of them. I was just hyper focused on trying to get rid of things because I felt like getting rid of things would help put me in a place of manifestation. It didn't. I still stopped smoking even without getting rid of the ashtrays. And now I've repurposed those ashtrays. They have a much stronger purpose now. Now that whole time in my life I was using them to smoke. Now I look at them with such positivity of like how much I've changed, how much different I am. And I'm grateful I didn't get rid of them because they show me who I am now. They show me the growth I've went through. So I think Cancer right now, it's very important that you don't get rid of things. It's very important that you don't try to rush a process. You need to sit still and be patient with the process. And with that will come great abundance. I think that in terms of relationships or any type of contact you're looking for with a relationship, I think that you need to also let that play out like accordingly. You can't attack just yet. Don't make any moves just yet, but definitely make a strategy or make a plan for what you're going to do in the future when this does come through. Or for some, like I said, when the job does manifest or the career does manifest. Make a plan, make a strategy. Because as much as Virgo is all about cleaning and details and organizing, I apologize, cleaning and details and all that, they're also all about organization. So make a strategy, make a plan, and you can aim towards that once the Virgo season ends, because Mercury retrograde is going to be ending October 2nd. So, alright, Virgo season itself ends September 22nd when the autumn equinox happens. So in regard to your spring cleaning, your strategy, implementing it all, if you could just hold off at least till that time to start making small changes, and then wait off until October 2nd to start actually making any major changes, I think that you'll have a lot more luck. Alright, so let's go into Leo, the last sign. Alright, Leo, so we have the ant here and the phoenix. So the ant is all about death rituals. So I don't know why this is coming to me, but the 7 is coming up super strong. And then this phoenix, another 7 energy. You're going through a rebirth right now, maybe a physical birth. Delays will be necessary, is very important. And then Ace of Wands here. We have 2 aces, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands, which is funny because this is Leo, Sag, Aries energy. Restless, outspoken, ambitious. I think that you're being too... I think you have an overactive throat chakra right now. There's a lot of blue energy on this Phoenix card. Birth is coming through very strong. So birth of a new idea, birth of a new goal. acting out on that goal, divine wish being granted. Sorry, Leo's actually very hard for me right now, guys. I'm just going to read straight from the book for the amp. Patience, stamina, planning, the energy and patience needed to complete work. Yeah, because you have a goal that you need, and it's going to take, you're going to have to complete work to get to that goal. Storing for the future, communal living. When amp comes into your life, he is showing you how to join forces and work for the common good. The whole is stronger than the sum of the parts, as the saying goes. If you are struggling with an issue, definitely look outside yourself to get help with solving the problem, which is why your throat chakra is overactive, because you are asking a lot of people for help right now. Put your head down, gather up all your resources, have patience, and know that your continued diligent effort will show results. So you are going to achieve your goal. This money coming in, divine wish being granted. There's some delays in your love life. Because we have the Queen of Cups here, and then we also have, oh wow, a lot of childlike energy. The devil energy is coming through. We have a Queen of Cups in reverse. So this soft, gentle, motherly, you could be moving back in with your mom. You could be having somebody in your, you could be pregnant if you're a female, or somebody, you're a male, you have someone pregnant. With this birth coming through, it's probably time post, like, the Virgo season, like they're going to be giving birth soon, but the delays will be necessary, so could not just be just yet. This person you see as the star, has a lot, you have a lot of devil-like energy with them, a codependent relationship with them. Aquarian energy is super significant here too, so you can have a lot of Aquarius aspects, and what's coming through is be careful not to become too greedy. Don't take these opportunities for granted, because if you do, you can miss out on them and you won't receive them the same. We have visitors and messages to share. You're going to be getting news. You're going to be getting news of a birth soon. News of money coming in. Someone in your life is going to be taking a turn of, like, the brightness and the hope. Someone's going to be taking a turn of money coming in, divine wish being granted. Someone's going to take a turn of emotions. This one with the devil energy there, there's going to be like a turn of emotions happening that's actually going to make you feel much better, much more content. Right now you feel very overwhelmed by a connection. There's like Libra energy here, and I'm sensing like something with the Libra. And with that being said, this connection is gonna move more slowly than, I don't think, than you want, but than the Libra wants. But you're focused more on finances and your own rebirth than you are on relationships. I think you're placating people and their emotions, but you're tired of talking and you're tired of making promises that you feel like you're not going to keep. And it's not because you don't want to. I just think you're just kind of tired of always having to make a promise for other people to make them feel better. You're sick of ultimatums. The Phoenix is rising from the ashes, death and rebirth, keeper of the fire of creation, transformation, walking boldly on a difficult path. I think you're very strong in like what you want right now and what you deserve, and you're willing to let go of anybody or anything that doesn't fit within that mold. A mythical figure, the Phoenix is able to burn and regenerate from its ashes. You're somebody who's lost everything and worked back up for it, and you're going through this process again. And it felt daunting at first because you felt like, why is this happening? I worked for all this stuff. Why should I have to lose it again? But to be honest, it's kind of like now you're looking at it like, no, this is just like a regeneration process, because I lost everything before, I regained back what I gained back. If I lose everything now this time, I should be able to gain back 10 times more. So you actually don't have an issue with this like purge. You believe this purge is for the better. It's not a gentle process. This is an act that always leads to transformation. Do not be afraid. If Phoenix has come into your life, allow what is happening to unfold. This is funny because with the 3 here, the Empress, it's kind of the same. You're just letting this unfold, and you're kind of in this place where delays will prove necessary. Know that you are strong enough to stand in this fire and come out on the other side transformed. I do think that with the Devil energy here and the Star energy, I do think that you could be a little self-pitying, a little bit of self-centered. Why, oh, woe is me. But at the same time, you're kind of like, you also kind of don't have time to say, oh, woe is me, because whatever this transition is, it's taking up a lot of your time, or about to take up a lot of your time. So you kind of don't have, and like right now you're placating people, but that's because you have a little bit of extra time on your hands. But soon you won't have extra time on your hands. So you're just kind of like, you're not going to be making promises. Days that are significant for you are going to be the 15th, the 17th, the 29th, the 7th, the 3rd of September. These are all going to be significant in terms of changes that are happening with your goals and your relationships. But I'm going to go ahead and close it off there, Leo. Been up here for 2.5 hours. You guys were last. I'm sorry, you guys probably got the least amount of time, but it is what it is. Right now I'm a little bit biased towards Leos anyways. 6 of Cups is coming through, so I will say that for you guys. Yeah, and Page of Cups, young woman to basic good news. You have some, this Queen of Cups energy, the Star energy that's in reverse for you. Well, it was the Star with the Devil in reverse, and then the Queen of Cups. This energy is going to be bringing you very good news, and you're just going to be so excited about that. It's going to give you hopes of a happy home, just family life. I'm going to read this for you guys, and then I'm going to close it off because the mall is coming through. Guardian of the lower regions, connection with earth energies, knowledge of herbs, roots, minerals, elements, and plant medicine, ability to turn inward, love expressed in nature, sensitivity to touch and vibration, understanding of energies, and introspection. Mole popping into your life is a sign to look inward for special connection to the earth and all energies inherent around you. You can find your answers in the ability to go within and focus on what the energy of a situation is telling you. Take your time when you are in the dark about a situation. Do not rush or assume. That's where the Devil energy is coming through. You're being manipulated to see a certain party or both parties. You're in a third party situation, possibly, but for those who aren't, it doesn't matter. Either way, right now, Leo, you're seeing your partner or partners, lovers, as enemies, and it's because you're being manipulated by either both partners, the partner, outside sources, whatever it is. You're assuming you know what they're thinking. You're assuming that their intentions are pure. You're assuming, or that they're not pure. But the truth is that there's going to be a very big change in one of the parties. The one who's the Star energy. Because the Star with that Devil in reverse, the Devil also represents breaking the chains. So it shows me that the connection between you and the other person who has the Star energy, you guys are meant to break some type of generational curse together. You guys are meant to break a chain together. You guys are meant to break some type of codependency together. So the relationship is actually going to take on a new turn of events that you just couldn't even anticipate. You're anticipating the worst right now from somebody. So slowly and quietly gather the facts and listen to the energies and what they are trying to tell you. Right now, you're caught up in a lot of emotion about this person, which is what the Devil's all about. Possession, control, manipulation. But once all of that strips away and the chains are broken from the devil energy, you're going to see this person for what they are, which is a star. Do not let anyone else sway you. Burrow down and stay your course. You will arrive at the decision you were meant in. Yeah, right now you feel very like people keep giving you ultimatums, like you're being forced to make decisions that you don't want to make, forced to make promises that you don't really want to make, because you're really not sure what the future holds, and you don't want to be pressured into making a decision that you're going to go back on later in life anyways. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. I think that for Mercury retrograde for you and Virgo season for you, Leo, it's going to be all about focusing on self and honestly saying fuck these other parties. And I say that with the utmost respect, but it's going to come down to it just kind of being like, I have to think about me. I have to think about my goals. My goals are what matters the most right now. Okay, so I'm going to close it off here, guys. I hope this reaches you in good health and high spirits. I hope you guys are feeling fortunate and favored after these messages. If you're interested in any personal readings, I'm going to actually drop the link right now. But yeah, I hope Virgo season turns out well for you guys.